What is the right question? How does this work? What causes this? Is this right? How can we make this better? Or this? How can science and technology really contribute to change? Who do you want to be? How can we develop new materials for a sustainable future and eliminate the use of fossil fuels? Will biomass become the major resource for new fuels and chemicals? How can we store gigawatts of solar energy in the smart grid? How can we create a safer society and realize smart cities? Will big data protect or invade our privacy? Will light enable breakthroughs in life sciences? And will technology help our body to heal itself? Can we mimic human life on a chip and create new life? It all starts with curious minds, people who do not take things for granted, who explore crossovers between various scientific areas, crossovers between technology, design, art, and philosophy. Innovation is about the future of our society. It is about realizing ideals and improving quality of life for all of us. Focus and connection, that's what it's all about. What do you expect from science? And what do you think society expects? All those questions. Are you ready for finding answers?
The most entrepreneurial university.
Good morning and welcome to the University of Twente. My name is Jennifer Herrick, and it's a great honor for me to have the opportunity to give you an impression of the UT, our profile, our students, our spirit. I'm a professor of physics here. I'm part of a research group called Optical Sciences in the Mesa Plus Institute for Nanotechnology. And I am the Dean of the Honors Program at the University College Twente. Like many of you, I'm not originally from around here. And I hope that, like me, you'll also discover that the University of Twente is a great fit for your academic interests and ambitions. I love it here. I love my job. I love the people I work with, the students I teach. I love the beautiful green campus. For me, it's a really good fit. I made my choice for Twente 10 years ago. Now it's your turn. That's why you're here. To explore your options, to learn about the possibilities, to learn about yourself. This is a special moment. Whether it's your first visit to a university or your fifth, it's a special opportunity to get a glimpse of your future. So let's imagine that you're a student at the University of Twente, spending an afternoon studying with your peers, or working on a project, perhaps here in our design lab. This is a fantastic space designed to encourage multidisciplinary interactions between students and researchers and community members. The UT designs its education in a way that we prepare students for the future in the best way possible. We want to train you to become creative problem solvers who are ready to take on the problems of the future. By working on projects with current social issues, we offer you a challenging way to learn. You will learn this within your degree program, as well as outside of it in your extracurricular activities. The University of Twente challenges students to be the best that they can be in an increasingly international study environment, in which we dare you to be entrepreneurial entrepreneurial, to be active and engaged in pursuing more than a degree. This is a place where you can discover where your own strengths lie, in research, in organizing, in design, the 3 pillars of our educational concept. We also offer a variety of ways to tailor your education. 20 different bachelor degree programs, as well as a university college. And for students who want extra challenges academically, we offer a variety of broadening and deepening honors programs, both inside and alongside your study program. So that's the essence of our world here, guiding you towards becoming so-called global citizens at a young and dynamic university that was just distinguished as the best technical university in the Netherlands. We're currently ranked internationally at number 178 in the Times Higher Education of more than 2,000 universities worldwide. And we have a 5-star overall ranking in the QS Stars list. We're quite proud of this status, yet we still aim higher, and we intend to move upwards in the years to come. Move upwards when it comes to education and research and showing it to the world, like in cool student projects, such as the World Solar Challenge. Perhaps you heard about Twente's Red Shift, a solar-powered car that was down under in Australia for this international competition just a month ago. We haven't won it yet, though last year we did receive the Technical Innovation Award for our unique design. Overall, we're recognized with a number of top-rated educational programs. And the Keuzigheid Hoger Onderwijs, which just came out this week, 4 of our bachelor programs are awarded top status: Applied Physics, Atlas, Chemical Technology, and Technical Computer Science. And overall, 15 of our 20 studies are number 1 in their category, and the University of Twente is in 3rd place of the 14 Dutch universities and the best technical university. All of this on a beautiful campus that will give you the maximum opportunity for living and learning. Yeah, so that's my blue skies overview, and a warm welcome to the University of Twente's Open Days. Mind-blowing open days, or at least opening your mind to new possibilities. Starting with our profile. For a University of Technology, we're quite unique. Our motto is high-tech, human touch, reflecting our strength in the ability to combine technology and social relevance in subjects such as sustainability, energy, and health. Education and research that matters at the intersection of science, engineering, and society. We view new technology as a driver of change, innovation, and progress in society. And we recognize that problems of society increasingly require complex, highly technical solutions. Let me show you a few examples of how our research is making an impact. Starting with robots. Meet Zeno. And here, Pepper. Hello, Pepper. From a technical point of view, you can imagine how robots are changing our world. But what about the combination of robots and behavioral studies? Professor Vanessa Evers and her team strive to make robots behave as socially appropriate as possible in a given situation. The basis for modeling such behavior is the in-depth analysis of human-human and human-robot interactions from a social science point of view, taking the user, the system, and the situation into account. Her work results in autonomous robots that are social and can assist humans in their everyday life, with applications ranging from helping the elderly in their homes to engaging visitors in outdoor tourist areas. From autonomous robots to autonomous vehicles. How do pedestrians act at an intersection when they come across an autonomous car? It's one of those challenges to overcome for researchers and car manufacturers in their strive to develop an autonomous vehicle ready for widespread use in everyday life. Researchers from Stanford University and the University of Twente have been collaborating, including experiments here on our campus, to see how unsuspecting pedestrians deal with a car without a driver behind the steering wheel, which turns out to be quite unsettling. The pedestrians make exaggerated movements or even change their path just to ensure that they are safe. Another interesting automotive project is also here with me on stage. This is the hydrogen car of the Green Team Twente. In practically all fields of study, we're looking at creating a more sustainable living environment. Also when it comes to making more sustainable use of resources, energy, material, the Green Team Twente is a great example of the entrepreneurial spirit of our students. Their hydrogen car is entirely designed and built by students. Projects like these are inspirational when you look at the future of transportation. Depending on your study program, you might be working on the design of new types of fuel cells, on sustainable product development, or electronic applications of enabling technologies. But technology is never on its own. Creation of new products like these also require heavy business plans, communication strategies, and often new regulations for production and use by the general public. Combining technology, science, engineering, and social science, that's our strength. One more. Here's an example from our high-tech health research. Imagine a complete laboratory that you could fit in your pocket. It's a lab on a chip, a new application of nanotechnology. Perhaps you have one of those personal trackers that have become so popular recently, allowing you to monitor your body and its behavior. In the future, you'll simply swallow a pill which will monitor what's happening inside your body and transmit results wirelessly to your doctor. This research at the University of Twente is already leading to solutions that make health problems less invasive in our daily lives. For example, people with manic depression are sometimes extremely happy, followed by serious periods of depression. In the Netherlands alone, some 300,000 people suffer from this disorder and use lithium to control their nervous system. Yet lithium can be extremely toxic at the same time. The lithium chip developed in the group of Professor Albert van den Berg allows patients to place a small drop of their blood on the chip and can measure the precise concentration of lithium in their blood, making it easier to treat depression at home without having to go to the doctor all the time. Well, a funny thing about our research is that it often moves out of the lab, spins out, you might say, because entrepreneurship is in our genes. As a student, you will be encouraged to develop a creative, active, entrepreneurial attitude through your education, but also through various extracurricular activities that you can do here. Here, your education is more than a degree. In our 56-year history, we've had over 1,000 successful spin-offs, companies that were established by staff and students of the UT. Currently, 100 companies Many of them student companies have their offices here on the campus. We provide help for student entrepreneurs to set up their companies, maybe your company. Entrepreneurship is everywhere here. It's in the air that we breathe. Fresh air on a fresh green campus where research, education, and enterprise go hand in hand. Let me give you a tour of the only campus university in the Netherlands. Starting here, where our research and education coincide, with sprawling, interconnected university buildings adjacent to the spin-off incubators, high-tech infrastructure like the Nano Lab, the Health Tech Lab, and the Design Lab. At the center, you'll find culture, sports, recreational facilities, a grocery store, a library, meeting spaces, even a hairdresser. On the outsides of campus lie the student residences, also faculty residences, in total about 2,000. It's a beautiful green campus, an energetic and inspiring environment. The campus is also host to some terrific large-scale events, like music festivals, career fairs, the Batavieren Race, the world's largest think tank, Create Tomorrow. In total, over 10,000 students and nearly 3,000 scientists, lecturers, researchers, and support staff study and work at the UT. Back in those student houses, on any given night, you'll find a wide range of cuisine. Over 2,500 international students from over 80 different countries. This is further supported by our transition to increasingly English-spoken education. Of the 20 bachelor programs, 16 are now taught fully in English. We're committed to language and cultural training throughout the university to support our ambitions for internationalization. Well, back to our core business, here on the O&O Square, the heart of our education and research, O&O, Onderzoek en Onderwijs. High-tech, human touch, entrepreneurship, and active students, international, personal development. Yeah, why is this also important to you? Well, more and more society is demanding that people have a variety of knowledge and skills, and this will only continue to grow. We therefore want to ensure that you are flexible, because you will work in a quickly changing environment. We want to train you to be a professional with in-depth knowledge of your discipline, but also to be someone who can apply knowledge across disciplines in a variety of settings. This is the motivation for our educational model. The Twente educational model was introduced 5 years ago and has transformed the way that we teach and learn here. Based on challenging, thematic, project-based education in which students will discover their personal strengths and develop their skills in order to anticipate the need for a professional who's ready for the future. Projects in each educational model connect supporting courses and bring concepts to life. Sometimes these projects are short, sometimes they comprise an entire module lasting several weeks. Sometimes it's an actual issue with real relevance to your university experience. An example from industrial engineering and management. During the first module of this program, students work in project groups on optimizing the relays of the Batavieren Race. This is the world's largest relay race. It starts in Nijmegen and finishes on campus, organized by students every year. Even though it's happened 44 times already, there are still many ways to improve a team's performance. Optimizing processes is the core of this study program from the first class onwards. In biomedical technology, the project is to create an implant that matches a 3D printed bone. Here, you'll have to consider the choice of materials, of stress. After completing your design, you'll start the testing phase in which you'll use your theoretical knowledge of mechanics, materials, imaging, anatomy, and mathematics. In this way, you'll discover what you're good at, what you like, where your strengths are. In the projects, you'll gain exposure to different subjects in your field, as well as different professional roles, as researcher, as designer, as organizer. Under the guidance of a coach who supervises and provides you with feedback, you'll develop an active and entrepreneurial work attitude, which will help you as you go on. Because after completing high school, it can be rather difficult to immediately make the right choice of study program. That's why at the UT we want to make sure that you know that you're in the right place as soon as possible. The first 2 modules of the study program paint a picture of the nature and the content to ensure that you can properly determine whether the program is the best choice for you, whether it's realistic to complete it in time. Because just like at other universities, you will receive a binding study advice at the end of the first year. However, we really don't want to let it get that far. Through frequent meetings with your mentors and coaches, we help you to establish a clear view of your progress and any possible problems, resulting in knowing sooner whether you're in the right place or not. Because really, it all comes down to finding the right fit. Well, let's imagine you've completed your bachelor's program. What now? How do you see the future? Perhaps you're already thinking about opportunities as a master's student. There are many possible ways to continue your studies here at the UT, with master's programs that immediately follow upon your bachelor's and help you to gain more in-depth knowledge and become a specialist in your field. However, you might also decide to take a road less traveled, and after taking a few extra courses, to move on to a different study program. During the degree program presentations today, you'll hear more about the various options, because there are a lot of options at the University of Twente, and I encourage you to take your time to explore them and find the right fit. It's a big decision, a personal choice, but it might be comforting to know that 40,000 students have gone before you. These UT alumni all over the world now form a huge network, which will also be part of your network. Akshay is a successful entrepreneur in India. Wilbur did graduate studies in geoinformatics and is now a member of parliament in Kenya. Kim Larissa works for LinkedIn in Ireland. And Jonathan has his dream job. He's a designer at Lego Denmark. Our educational system trains students to become global citizens. After completing the program, you will have the right tools to work in an international and ever-changing environment, perhaps in one of the many jobs of tomorrow that simply does not exist yet today. The entrepreneurial skills that you acquire here will help you to properly put your knowledge into practice. Global citizens, entrepreneurs, high achievers, this is the University of Twente. Get to know us and take it all in. Get a first impression or dive in deep and make a decision that fits you. Studying is an investment in your future. Your choice of a university, your choice of a study program will play a decisive role in what the years to come, as well as your career down the road, will look like. So take your time and choose wisely. I hope that you make the most of your day here today, and that, well, if not today, that you'll see blue skies in your future, hopefully here with us for your bachelor studies at the University of Twente. Thank you. It's now a pleasure for me to introduce one of our students, AJ, who will give you his perspective.
Thank you, Jennifer. Are you all ready for today? Let me see some hands. Who is excited for their student life? Come on, let me show them. But do you already know in which sector you want to study? Like business, tech, or health? I see some hands. And who of you already exactly knows which degree, I have one here, they'll be holding in their hands after their time studying here? Pretty much no one, right? And that's totally normal. You have so many options to choose from, so much freedom. And at the exact same moment in time, you have so little obligations in your life, like a mortgage, a husband or wife, and pretty much all of you don't have children yet, right? I think so. So it's really up to you to make the choice. And that can seem really difficult now. I had exactly the same. I'm AJ, and I started my study International Business Administration here 3 years ago. A lot of my friends at the time asked me, why would you want to study business in a high-tech place like Twente? Well, today, I would like to share my story with you, why I did, and why I can recommend you to come study here in Enschede. When I arrived at the open days, I was simply amazed. To be honest, at first I thought this place would be kind of boring, like a high-tech, what does it actually mean? But what I found when I came here was the exact opposite. I was surprised by the entrepreneurial mindset and focus of all the students I spoke to. The small scale of this university felt really welcoming, and I quickly felt at home. But what struck me most was that the entrepreneurial attitude did not per se mean that you start your own business. It was that all students grab the chances in life and make their student life better, like the Green Team. They really seemed to make this university what it is, and were really enthusiastic to do so. I'm sure that you'll experience this the same way today. That open day finally made me decide to study business right here in Enschede and find out what this amazing environment of Enschede had to offer me. This was 4 years ago, and now I've seen all the ins and outs of the student life here in Enschede. And I want to share these things with you, what I saw and why Enschede assured me that this was and is the right place for me. In my second year, a fellow student ran up to me and said, I have this amazing idea. I have this GoPro, I'm going to throw it, and the footage will be awesome. And I was like, what? So 2 months later, he showed me this video.
The world around us is changing as we speak, and with that change comes a constant evolution of capturing devices. GoPro allowed us to be present in this world, recording her beauty while being there, right in the action. Drones allow us to take beautiful, steady aerial images from the sky. We combine best of both worlds and created air. Air lets you take aerial videos and photos simply by throwing your GoPro.
And with this video, he and his team had raised over 100,000 euros on Kickstarter. At that same time, I just founded the Dutch Student Investment Fund. It's a venture capital fund of more than 300,000 euros funded by the universities here in Twente. And together with the team of 3 other students, I could invest these euros into startups of other students to make their dreams come true. But of course, it's totally up to you if you want to create something like this, start your own startup or create another organization. But these things do show the amazing opportunities that you get as a student here in Enschede to develop yourself outside of your study program. I mean, it's all about the mindset that we have here. Everything is possible, so be entrepreneurial, be active and get out there. This is really enabled by the small scale of this university, because you know your professors personally. They know you by name. You're not just a number to them. This should be really normal, but when you look around, this is really special, and I'm really proud of it. We are the ones making the policy, or making sure that your student's voice is heard. Well, to round this up, I would like to invite you to think about what you want from your student life. Because after my year is finished here at the Student Union, my year as a student, or my time as a student, is also coming to an end. And in a few months, I'll be sitting right there where you are to collect my degree. But when I collect this degree, I have more than a degree. I'll be standing here as a person with all these amazing experiences that I've had, all the amazing people that I've met, and all the things that I've learned. These are the things that make student life in Twente special. These are the things that will make your student life in Twente special. And this is what makes you more than a degree. Thank you.